Mario and Sonic, both titans of the gaming industry, started off as rivals to each other before becoming the dynamic duo they are today, with both steadily at the top for over 3 decades, though one having a rockier road than the other. Mario and Sonic starred in stellar games, paving their way from older generations into newer ones without wavering. Mario and Sonic are just as relevant now in the modern gaming world as they have retained their prevalence for over 30 years. Recently, both gaming series have released games that are reminiscent of their old school titles, each being released not even a week apart. And if you're a fan of both Sonic and Mario like I am, you may be wondering which one is more worth your time and money. So in this video, I'll help make your choice easier, since I've obtained and played both games, and will give you my honest opinions. So without further ado, let's see which modern classic is better, Super Mario Bros. Wonder or Sonic Superstars. Let's start off with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This game feels like a true evolution of the original Mario Bros. Side-scrolling series. If you had considered the new Super Mario Bros. Series to be a modern take on the classic Mario Bros. Games, Wonder makes those games feel outdated in comparison, as Super Mario Bros. Wonder takes a whole new step with the Mario Bros. Series. New moves have been added, various collectibles, many ways of progress, and overall a refreshing new take on how to tackle each level and traverse its many worlds. The series prior, including the new Mario Bros. Games, had a very formulaic way of playing them. Each level and world had you reach from point A to point B. There wasn't much variety or choice, outside a few special and optional levels and worlds. And your moveset was limited to the power-ups each game had, but not much else. In Super Mario Bros. Wonder though, you are given a huge variety of new abilities that are acquired through badges without requiring the need of power-ups. Of course, you still have power-ups to choose from, with some classic ones returning, plus a handful of new ones, including the game's new signature power-up, the Elephant. But outside the new power-ups and abilities, one of the biggest changes is how you can progress through the game. Instead of being forced to follow a linear path, taking on each level and world chronologically, you have the ability to choose which level you want to tackle first, and explore worlds out of order. As long as you have sufficient Wonder Seeds, which are used to open up parts of the map and let you progress throughout each world. This allows the player to choose how they want to approach each task, allowing you to take on certain levels in the order you desire, along with worlds you feel like visiting. This sense of freedom is such a pleasant change of pace from how previous Mario Bros. Games played out, since every time you find yourself losing interest in a certain world, or perhaps the level has you stumped, you can journey to a different level or tackle an entirely different world. But the changes don't just end there. The main improvement the game offers to the Mario Bros. Series is the Wonder Seeds themselves. Outside the mandatory ones obtained at the end of each level, there are optional Wonder Seeds that can be collected throughout the levels. And with each single attempt you collect, you are challenged with an alternate part of that level, with weird and wacky things happening to you and new hurdles to overcome. There are plenty of fun and bizarre ideas the game tosses at you with these Wonder Seeds. It makes each level feel like a madcap thrill ride, which overhauls that formulaic approach the series has always been known for. No longer is it just going from left to right and reaching the end of each level. There are so many fun challenges that deviate from your mundane gameplay to odd and outlandish scenarios, bringing an imaginative new charm to the series like never before. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a testament to Nintendo's dedication to innovate ideas and evolving their games into something far superior than its predecessors. Nintendo succeeded big time with this one. It's worth every penny, and I couldn't recommend it more. Now let's talk about Sonic Superstars. Sega is back at it again with another reimagining of the classic Sonic series. They missed the mark with Sonic the Hedgehog 4 and hit it with Sonic Mania. So where does Sonic Superstars land in between those? Well, honestly, it's on the Sonic the Hedgehog 4 side of things. A huge miss. And it pains me to say this, because I was really looking forward to this game. Just know my criticisms and opinions are tough love, as I'm a huge fan of the Sonic series. But with that said, let's dive further into it. The game is underwhelming. It's crazy to me that they charged $60 for a game that took no longer than 3 to 4 hours to beat, with almost no replay value. The game is also littered with glitches, bugs, and subpar performance, even on the most powerful platforms. I purchased the game on the PS5 because I knew the Switch version would run insufficiently. Yet still, I had issues on the PS5. The game challenges you with 10 zones, each with 2 acts, and the zones feel uninspired. The levels are mundane platforming concepts that try to string themselves together. None of it feels cohesive. It's like the game designers lost their touch on creating fun and engaging 2D levels. And the few times things seem alright are usually when you reach an on-rail section of the level that requires you to just hold forward while you breeze through the level. Which isn't really gameplay at that point, it's just an illusion that makes you feel like you're doing something. Even if you manage to find enjoyment in the level designs, they are still lacking anything new to make them seem original or worthwhile. It's just more buggy, unimaginative Sonic side-scrolling with nothing substantially different. The minigames may be the worst the series has ever had as well. For the Chaos Emeralds, you have to play this weird grappling game as you attempt to reach each emerald. And they're neither hard or fun, they're just tedious, as you're supposed to cling your way across the level in a limited time. It feels uninspired, especially when compared to the rest of the series. The Chaos Emeralds do, however, give you new abilities, but they don't need to be utilized and seem somewhat like an afterthought. The bosses, which are at the end of each and every act, also feel the same as the gameplay. They pose no challenge, just a tedious wait for a chance to hit the enemy as they rinse and repeat their attacks while you wait for your opportunity to strike. It hinders the flow of each level, dealing with uncreative bosses that offer nothing of value. Basically, there isn't really much going for this game, and it is impossible that Sega thinks that this is worth $60. The deception was Sega tricked their fans into thinking they were going to get a reimagined classic Sonic game, but instead ended up with an unpolished, uninventive mess that doesn't offer much content for being so mediocre. It's kinda like a slap in the face to Sega's most dedicated fans who blindly buy the game in hopes of playing anything related to Sonic. And sadly, I am one of them, so please don't be one as well. And I got the Digital Deluxe Edition, which cost me $75 including tax, and I kind of feel scammed. First, what is the point of every game having a deluxe version that offers nothing? It just feels like a shoddy business practice in effort to milk more money from the consumer. All you get is LEGO skins for each player, which isn't worth it, especially when the Sonic skin is free. Oh, and you get a digital art book, but come on, is that even worth money? You can view it all online for free. And the game itself is not even worth half that price, compared to Nintendo, who just charges you $60 for Mario Wonder with no digital deluxe bullshit. Super Mario Bros. Wonder is so much more polished, so much longer, and overall feels like a fresh new take on the series. Unlike Sonic Superstars, which feels like a haphazardous mess, it takes the old Sonic formula and does nothing fresh or noteworthy. It comes off as an incomplete, barely inspired mess that doesn't offer enough content for the price it wants. I feel robbed. The game shouldn't have charged a premium price when it has so little to offer. I almost feel like Sega purposely aimed to release the game a few days prior to Wonder in hopes that those waiting impatiently for its release might pick up this game before realizing how mediocre it is compared to its competition. Get yourself Mario Bros. Wonder, as you deserve to have fun and enjoy yourself. And wait, or just entirely skip Sonic Superstars. If you haven't played Sonic Mania, that's more worth your time. Or wait until the game is at least half off on sale. The contrast between these games is further proof in why Nintendo is the amazingly prolific company they are today, and why Sega is a shadow of their former selves. Nintendo continues to innovate and top themselves with each game they make. They don't care if they could sell the game on the title alone, they want to continue improving. While Sega has become more and more greedy and lazy, trying to capitalize on the influence they once had by selling unfinished games to those who don't know better. Sega used to say, Genesis does what Nintendo don't, and this sorta still applies, because Nintendo don't scam their fans, Sega does.